Hey, what other members are we waiting for? I see Councilman Robert White is here.
Bonds, McDuffie, and Adele.
We established a quorum. Oh, Brandon Doe, Councilman Brandon Doe just left. There she go. Um, how long before the other members jump on?
I'm here, but my camera's not working.
Okay.
I'll try to figure it out.
All right. I'll give you a moment. You might got to log out and log back in probably. I think you just did that.
I did. I'll restart the computer. I see you don't have a,
You just
well,
do
Robert's there.
just do it on your phone.
Yeah, maybe I will. Okay, I'll try to figure it out while I'm on my phone.
All right.
But I think you have your quorum because I see Robert.
I know. I'm making sure you get situated. I'm ready to go.
Don't wait for me. You don't need my camera to get started. I'm good.
All right. Gonna start in 30 seconds. Good afternoon. I'm Trayon White, Senior, Ward 8 Councilman, I'm also Chair of the Committee on Recreation, Libraries, and Youth Affairs. Today is Wednesday, May the 8th. Wow. And I'm calling to order this meeting of the committee to consider the report and recommendations of the committee on the Recreation, Library, and Youth Affairs on the fiscal year 2020 25 budget for agencies under its purview and recommendations for the 25-year Budget Support Act of 2024. The only item on the agenda is consideration and vote on the committee report. We are joined by at-large council member Robert White, also Ward 1 council member Brianna Doe. This committee has oversight for Department of Parks and Recs, Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services, DC Public Libraries, the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment, Serve DC, the Mayor's Office on African American Affairs, the Mayor's Office on African Affairs, Asian and Pacific Islands Affairs, Caribbean Community Affairs, and Latino Office on Latino Affairs. The committee conducted agency performance oversight and budget oversight hearings. We started in February. The additional meeting today is the culmination of months of hearings, roundtable, community engagement, community discussions with the budget office, the executive, the advocates, and most importantly, the public. In total, the mayor's proposed FY25 operating budget for the committee totaled $275.5 million, up 1.5 million for FY24, and 2.2 million in FTEs, up 1.3% from FY24. The mayor's proposed FY25 capital budget for the committee totaled $303 million, an increase of 117% from FY24, mainly due to a large increase in capital funding for the Department of Parks and Recreation. The committee was able to use funding by eliminating vacant positions and transfers from several committees, including the Committee on Transportation and Environment, the Committee on Facilities and Family Services, and the Committee on Business and Economic Development to support several important priorities and I will highlight a few. Funding to restore 2 FTEs to the Juvenile Facilities Program at DYRS. Funding was allocated to replace the bleachers and backboards at Bald Eagle Recreation Center. Funding was allocated for sports field improvement for Stanton Recreation Center. Funding was allocated for lights on basketball courts at Oxen Run Park. Funding was allocated for turf replacement at Turkey Thicket. Funding was given for sports improvement at Benton Stoddard, Greenleaf, Hurry Thomas, and Marvin Gaye Recreation Centers. Funding was given to playground improvements at Watkins Elementary School and Lamont Recreation Center. Funding was given for bleachers for outdoor basketball court at Berry Farm and the home of the famous George Goodman Basketball League. Funding was given for improvement to Watts Playground and Basketball Court, the site renowned for Watts Streetball League. Funding was also given to provide program funding for Eastern Market Metro Park and fund a new Eastern Market Metro Park manager position with the grantee. Funding was also given for locker room renovations at Tacoma Park Aquatic Center. Funding was given for Brightwood Park Manor Park Library. We also transferred $200,000 to the Committee on Health for award a opioid treatment pilot program. Transfer $1 million in Committee on Transportation and Environment to extend the street and landscape project for Murray Avenue from the intersection of Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue to Naylor Road for beautification and lighting. I want to thank members of my staff, my legislative team, my committee team, office staff for the exceptional help with getting this budget to where it is today. I personally was unhappy with seeing the budget lopsided and not showing equity, but we've started the process to begin right-sizing the budget and creating equity in this budget. We look forward to doing more as time goes on. We like to thank our seasoned senior budget analyst, Ariel Caraway, budget counsel and chief of staff, Ann Phelps, budget director, Jim Budoff, and fellow council colleagues. Each year, this dedicated team collaborates diligently to craft and present the most effective budget for the residents of DC. I also want to thank council members Lewis George, Isla, and McDuffie, who sent funding to the committee for efforts towards DC public libraries and DPR. A lot of work goes into this process, and I appreciate everyone who helped make DC a safer and more equitable place to live. I want to pause for a moment to see if there are any other council members that would like to offer a statement. We're also joined by at-large member Anita Bonds. Thank you for joining us. Want to make sure you're here for the public record. Hearing none, I move to propose a report and recommendation.
I'm sorry, Chairman, can I make a few remarks? Sorry to be a little slow.
Sure, absolutely.
Wonderful, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you and your staff have done to produce this budget. FY25 will be an exciting year for Ward 1 with a recreation budget that has much in store, including modernizations of the Rita Bright and Parkview Recreation Centers. DPR has affirmed they plan to use the Parkview rec planning process to take a holistic look at the park resources along Lower George Avenue, including the 2 new permanent parks being built alongside the Park Morton New Communities project. I do want to note for my colleagues' awareness that we're still awaiting an RFP from DemPed on the Rita Bright project. However, I'm glad to report that I was able to work with DemPed to ensure that we have affordable housing co-located with the new center. And I'm also thankful for this committee's support of the $5 million to control erosion at Calorama and Lafayette Pointer Parks, as well as $500,000 for the Park Road Triangle Park in Mount Pleasant. After several consecutive years of investing in Ward 1 spaces through DPR's small parks budget, I'm concerned about how that budget is formulated. Putting all small parks in a single master project means we have to take the agency at its word when they indicate that a certain amount of funding is for particular parks. That's not something we should have to ask for. This is especially an issue in Ward 1. If we set aside recreation centers, I can't think of a single DPR property that wouldn't currently be classified as a small park. This is something I'd like to address before the full budget is finalized, potentially by adding sub-projects under small parks, a common practice for most other agencies with large capital budgets. On DYRS, I'm glad this committee plans to closely monitor the agency given the high turnover that seems to be a consistent pattern. DYRS is such a crucial piece to combating crime in our district and keeping our youth empowered and on the right track. I also look forward to seeing how the new director, Sam Abed, plans to improve the agency for youth in our city. Thank you, Chairman White, for allocating $200,000 in your budget for an opioid treatment outreach pilot program in Ward 8 with the Department of Behavioral Health. The Substance Use and Behavioral Health Targeted Services Outreach Pilot is a crucial initiative based on the successful pilots spearheaded by myself and Councilmember Henderson in Wards 1 and 5. That's why I also invested $750,000 to provide support to people living with substance use disorder in Columbia Heights and across Ward 1 to benefit individuals and create healthy neighborhoods. And while it's not under my committee, I recognize the importance of prioritizing such a crucial initiative. Once again, I want to thank you and your staff for your hard work. I look forward to seeing the priorities in this budget realized in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Councilmember Anita Bonds.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I was on the other Zoom and got advanced to this as a panelist. So it's an absolute pleasure to be here. And I must say, I looked over the report and it's really good. It's good because it does include all of us across the city. Our park system has been an award winner nationwide, but I think the big deal is that it's an award winner with our residents. And so I just want to commend you for spending a lot of time on that aspect of this budget. Also, I'm very proud that you are making sure that the Youth Rehabilitation Services department is moving forward. That's so critical given the circumstances that we continue to confront each and every day, working with our young people and looking forward to trying to rehabilitate them to thinking about their future and how they can grow and how their community can grow with their involvement in it. I think is really critical. I just left a group of senior citizens up at the University of the District of Columbia, and they're very focused on doing all that they can, sharing their wisdom, and they wanted me to share with you that they are available to reach out to young people across the city, and they are a citywide group. So just wanted to commend you and thank you very much for this, what looks like a stunning report. And thank you, and I'm happy to vote on it today. Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks to my staff as well. I move the report and recommendation of the Committee on Recreation, Library, and Youth Affairs on the fiscal year 2025 budget for agencies under our purview and recommendation for the fiscal year 2025 Budget Support Act of 2024 with leave for the staff to make any technical and conforming changes. All those in favor vote by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by saying no. Hearing none, the ayes have it. So this vote is approved. I want to thank you all for all your hard work and dedication to DC residents, not just on this committee, but each and every day. We lay our lives on the line to advocate and fight for residents all across the board on several different important topics. But this is the beginning of a lot of work ahead. It's 2:47 p.m. and this hearing is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.